One Redditor made a huge discovery when thinking about the Ninja Turtles and also Italian Renaissance painters, which is they are misnamed. So this user named Dr. Pangloss posted his findings on Imager. Can we have a look at the first one? So, okay, Donatello should have been named Leonardo. Why? Because, well, this turtle's known to be the most tech-savvy of the four, and he designed all kinds of different things. Leonardo da Vinci is, besides being a masterful painter, a well-known inventor. It makes more sense that Donatello should be named Leonardo. And let's just do a little switcheroo over there. Leonardo should have been called Donatello. Why? Leonardo is the leader of the Turtles. While Donatello was one of the earliest revivalists of the classical arts during the Renaissance, the leader of this, well, a leader of the Renaissance, at least the leader of the four. So Michelangelo, the turtle, is the most sociable, goofy, fun-loving, pizza-loving guy of the group. He's like the fun little brother. And similarly, Raphael, the painter, was a social butterfly who took many lovers in his life and, to our knowledge, died of an STD. He had a jolly personality, amiable, very much well-liked all around, in direct opposition to Raphael, who should have been named Michelangelo. So Raphael, we all know, he's brooding, he's angry, he's introverted, and pretty much that is how the painter Michelangelo was. He appreciated solitude, he spent a lot of time alone and showed periods of depression, angst, and moodiness. So everything got all turned upside down.
I think what's the most fascinating is that it's like two different groups were switched.
Yes.
It's like, I mean, because
it's not a chain, it's just like two pairs.
And it was clear, and I think someone said in the comments too, that like Kevin Eastman, they didn't really put a lot of thought into naming the turtles. That's just kind of how they ended up.
Yeah.
But I think it's fun how, even though they didn't plan that at all.
It's almost a coincidence.
It's almost a coincidence how those were directly flip-flopped, you know? And but he's on the nose. He's on the nose, and why hasn't anyone figured this out?
Why haven't we researched these painters and their personalities better?
Well,
I mean, we didn't need to research that much to know Leonardo da Vinci was an inventor. Everyone knows this.
My favorite was like learning about Michelangelo, and he was so emo, and like there's the whole queer theory of that he was like a repressed gay person. And then when the church asked him to paint the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, he's like, okay, I'm gonna draw a bunch of dicks on it though. And so
I do what I want.
Yeah.
You commissioned this.
Yeah. This is what you wanted. But yeah, with the Ninja Turtles, I believe that they were created in opposition to Spider-Man, which is why like Spider-Man's enemies are the hand and the turtles are the foot type of thing. And so it's just kind of like a fun riff off of a thing.
Well, but
and they just arbitrarily pick names.
I mean, there's been lots of interviews with Kevin Eastman about Ninja Turtles and about how it was just a fun idea. Because obviously the comics were around well before the cartoons.
Absolutely.
Well, there's, there's different moods in the comics even. Like some of them are more of the goofy, kid-centric ones, and others are more like more adult.
Like Yoshinoya, or the samurai bunny. I always forget his name.
Usagi Yojimbo.
Usagi Yojimbo.
Yoshinoya is a chain that's
a chain.
It's like meatballs.
But close.
Usagi Yojimbo. Thank you. Because it's because I loved that they brought them on board in those original comics all the time. Like that kind of style of comic was that's how I remember the Turtles.
Right.
You know.
Back in the day.
Back then, Turtles had pictures of bumblebees on them. Give me 5 bees for a quarter, they used to say. So.
Well, no, and you see this in teams in other media too, with things like Sailor Moon or other Sentai teams or things like that, where it's just a team fighting bad guys, and then later on their personalities kind of get developed. And so with the Turtles, they were just kind of like this fun idea, and they were a team of turtles, and then you got into like, okay, this one's the inventor, this one's the fun one, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it kind of just based off of arbitrary names.
But they were so close.
They were so close.
But they were so
close. They could have hit it on the head.
In fact, it would almost be weird. It felt like there was only one small step away from it being on the nose unintentionally.
And they could have learned about art history and eating pizza at the same time.
Sad.
I have my own theory, which is that Splinter didn't know what they were like when they were babies, and he named them.
Hey.
They were babies.
There
he
it
couldn't
is.
Dictate their lives. He's not their boss. Anyway.
Headcanon accepted.
Needlessly defiant theory aside, what did you think? And also, like, you can learn more about the Italian Renaissance. It could be beautiful. Let us know below in the comments. And also, should we switch their headbands? And please be sure to subscribe.